My 5-year checkup comes with my neurologist, my neurosurgeon. I kind of drew a blank there. But for everybody who was involved with my initial surgery when I had my brain aneurysms and strokes, they're wanting to go in to make sure that the stents, the coils, the staples, the bolts, and the plates that they put in my brain are well. I also have my 5-year checkup with the Blood Infectious Disease Clinic, and why I should be elated and excited, I'm not, because of what happened with the administration. I'm living in the realization that moving forward, I'm genuinely screwed. Like, I'm genuinely screwed in the worst way. And it's forever shocking that someone like me was so affected in the worst ways. I'm fully disabled mother in the worst ways, and I was already not making the mark. I mean, I don't qualify for anything. When I say anything, they won't give me any resources, no benefits, nothing, nada. And I was really struggling to make that work. And then for them to cut my Medicaid, which was my transportation portion because I'm blind, and which covers a lot about my medical, and now I'm having to figure out and having to choose quite literally whether to live medically or to live financially is unreal to me. I've spent now the last 4 months having to rearrange all of my Mayo Clinic appointments. Mind you, I'm going through heart failure because my body is rejecting the tissue. And I've been for now a year and a half, and showing all the symptoms, going through all of the active things. And I'm epileptic. We had this 5-year checkup, and there's also been a lot of signs that there might be a coil slip because of my assault that I had back in August of last year. And the thing is, I couldn't get this evaluator checked up even if I genuinely wanted to, because again, with the administration, what they did to me, I'm screwed. I get one paycheck. I barely make enough to cover rent, groceries, everything and anything. And I'm blessed to that I have been able to make it work. As a single mother, my baby's father doesn't even pay child support. I don't get any assistance, not with food, not with housing. Literally, I make that one check work for everything, even my medical. And now I'm literally having to pick and choose between getting medical help, which I desperately need. And the really messed up part was probably from 2021, 2022, up until probably about February 2025. I have been actively, and desperately fighting for my own life on my own behalf, getting nowhere other than flatlining, dying, losing more limbs, more body parts because of the ignorance and arrogance of the doctors and physicians here in the state of New Mexico. And I just got on with the Mayo Clinic. I just finally got my 5-year evaluation just for the administration, just to do what they did, and I've lost everything, like literally. And while I have a phenomenal therapist, and I'm doing everything I can, literally with herbs and my own remedies to keep myself alive and afloat, I'd be lying to everybody if I said that. Like, I don't live in some form or fashion of fear, and I'm not some type of jaded, because I'm not in good health. I haven't been, I'm not, and I won't be. I'm chronically ill. I have an autoimmune disease. My body's rejecting the tissue. My whole heart's reconstructed out of 2 animals. And I have a daughter to raise, a daughter who I have fought so hard to be here with, and it's not fair that this is what my life has been since she's been born, and it's not fair that I myself has fought so hard, and yet doctors, physicians, caseworkers, you name it, top to bottom, can't do their jobs. and I'm the one who have to pick up the pieces, pick up the slack, pick up the weight, and it falls on my shoulders. I mean, I've had doctors tell me I don't know anything about that. Neither do I, and yet I've had to do the research, the studying. I've had to learn with half a brain, impaired eyes, vision, lack of comprehension, lack of bandwidth, which you're born with. And I lost that when I lost half my brain. And I say all this to say that there are days where the good and bad that I go through in my recovery really hits me harder than not, and I don't even want to cry. You know, the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next. And if there's anybody who can really take the blows, it's me. Like, it really is me. But the realization of just how just shitty my situation is, it has been really getting to me lately. And I tell people, it's a choice. I tell people all the time, it's a choice to get up and grind. It's a choice to be optimistic, positive. It's a choice to oversee and overlook every fucked up thing that's been done to me and to make the best out of the worst that's happened to me. It's a choice to get up and grind. It's all a choice. Because I'm not going to play victim to my circumstances. I'm not going to play victim to the things that's been done to me. What do I gain from that? Like, truly. But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And I'm so sick and I'm so worn out. And I'm just so tired. I'm so tired of having faith in mustard seed and just waking up every day doing the same thing. I mean, this is like the definition of insanity. And I know that one day something's gonna break, something's gonna happen. But more importantly, I feel a form of guilt and grief, truly. And not even really for myself, but for my daughter. Because this isn't a life that she asked for. I mean, I know this isn't a life that I asked for, but more importantly, this isn't a life that she's asked for. I'm really tired of having to push so hard, immensely through the pain, the immense pain, and having to struggle so hard every fucking day for just minuscule things, ride, transportation, like my health. I mean, you name it. It's things that people won't even have to think about on their day-to-day things just to obtain normalcy. And most times, nine times out of 10, I can't even get that. The stress is so overwhelming and so all-consuming. And I give it to God. I give it to the gym. I give it to my therapist. But it's an every day, every moment, from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. And it's just, at what time, well, at what point does it, like, stop? At what point does it break? You know, sometimes I, like, sit back and I can't believe that this is truly my life. And then I look at all my diagnoses, POTS, CPTSD, and it's really kind of makes me sad to realize that I really am being defined by my fucked up circumstances. As much as I don't want to be defined, or I'm trying so hard to not be redefined by the things that's been done to me, the body holds the score in the worst ways, and this is my reality. And I'm fighting my way out to not allow things to keep me stuck and stagnant. I've been spending the last 2 days having to really pay for the 9/11 stare. I've been in so much pain with my cranial, like, truly, and I'm trying to decipher if it's seizures, if it's POTS, like, or if I'm having like an aneurysm bleed. Like, there's so many things. And for me, I'm not someone who tries to fear monger, because if that's the case, I'd be running to the hospital like every 5 fucking seconds. But there's real fear, there's genuine concern, and there's also not genuine support or help from any fucking body. People are so quick to say it, but no one's ever quick to show up. And I long for reciprocity. I long for help. I long for rest, peace. all of that. Most people, they go home and they get to rest. I don't know rest. I don't know any of that. All I know is fight, flight, freeze, stress, cry, pray through it, hit the gym. Like, the gym has been my reciprocity, my therapy. It has saved my life, but also is probably something that I have turned into a negative thing because I use it just to beat my ass when I don't know how else to handle just life in itself. But I'm just saying all this to say because I'm just saying all this to say this because every day my health and just how bad it truly is, and the reality of and how bad it truly is, and the fact that I can't get out of any of this medically, financially, and how much it just hangs over my head. It does scare me. It worries me. And my therapist always, got to do it day by day. And that's not realistic as much as I wish I could. And I'm forever always thinking, like, what's next step? Well, what am I gonna do? I went back to college, had to drop out because of my medical stuff. I'm doing a lot of volunteer stuff. I'm just trying to figure out what is my next step. What does life look like for me? I had to resign from my old jobs with corrections and youth advocacy. And I just have a passion for humanitarian, for helping, and for just doing what I can to give back to others. But I'm depleting as a person physically, and that is depleting me emotionally as a person. And I have so much to give, and I want to give. I feel like I'm just rotting as a person because I have so much potential, and it's just sitting here wasted away due to